So I just got back from my state conference. It was great. I always get inspired whenever I go to conferences, and you get some great conversations. And I was telling people about my practice, and the first thing that always comes out, well, I can't do that, and they make excuses of why they can't do a cash-based clinic. And then I started noticing a lot of people were always like, they think I just treat rich people, or a cash-based clinic can only work in a rich area, and that's actually false. Yes, I think it helps to be in a affluent area. It does help, but it's not the main factor, which I think is really interesting, because I'll give you three reasons why that's not true. Okay, so one is that most of my practice, I would say 30 to 50% of my practice, is people who failed standard care. So I recommend a lot of strategies to work for your cash-based clinic. But most of my patients who come see me is because they failed physician care, they failed physical therapy, and they failed chiropractic, and they failed medications and injections and everything, because no one really solved the problem of why their pain is really occurring. So that's a big chunk of it, and when people fail multiple cases, they're really willing to pay cash just to get the results. It's unfortunate that it has to come to that, but is that, or I live in an area that has very bad healthcare, because I see a lot of it. I see a lot of people that have failed other conservative measures and injections, and even failed surgeries. So two is that a lot of people, whether they're small business owners or just working for a business, a lot of healthcare plans are going to be high deductible healthcare plans. Okay, so if that person has a $5,000 deductible, and they got to pay out of pocket before their insurance kicks in, they'll gladly pay you your treatment, because you're 10 times cheaper than the hospital, and you're not, if they have to pay for treatment, now you got to start questioning value. What's the difference between clinic A, B, and C? Which one can get me better quickest? Which one's going to cost the cheapest? So then there's going to be, you got to start marketing. You got to educate the public. Hey, you can come see me. I'll get you better, cheaper, and fewer visits, and you'll see me every time. So that's the second reason. The third reason is actually because a lot of people have HSA accounts. You can target certain groups that have HSA accounts or flex spending accounts, and they already have the money in those accounts. So you'll be able to treat that niche market too also. And then really the fourth one, or the extra one, is really just the people who really value your service and see value in getting better, in fewer visits and stuff like that. So I don't necessarily agree with that comment of you only see rich people in a cash-based clinic. So there's a million ways to answer it, but those are 3 or 4 comments that I have for that a cash-based clinic isn't just for rich people who can afford extra services. This isn't a luxury service. This is really answering a problem that we have in healthcare and providing the best treatment to our patients. We're giving them the opportunity to get that. Whether they failed a couple treatments or whether they're looking to get better quicker, we're creating value in our healthcare system. So the cash-based area is not just for rich people or rich patients who can afford it. There's a lot more to it. If you have questions, let me know. I'm here to help.